Oh, hey, what's up, Glass Cannon? What's up, Naish? It's me, Jared Logan, back for another episode of our 5e campaign, Wicked Empire. I was just reading this book called The Monsters Know What They're Doing by Keith Ammann, Combat Tactics for Dungeon Masters. Because we have a big combat coming up today, and really hoping to get a TPK in the second episode, if at all possible. That's the kind of bastard I am. Everybody's shaking their hands. Nuh-uh. We'll see. We'll see. I've planned a pretty tough little challenge for these players. Let's introduce these players. Right here, we have my good buddy. You can see him on the Stream of Blood, where I do a lot of my game mastering. He's done some game mastering of his own. Ross Bryant. How's it going, Ross?
Doing great. I'm so pumped to be here. I'm super excited to see how we get out of this dang pickle.
Yes, getting you into pickles and then getting you out of pickles. That's what role-playing is all about. Yeah. Tell us a little bit about your
briny
character.
Adventure.
What do you think of the mission and the situation he's in? Tell us about Grinsen, the half-elf sorcerer / weathered espionage professional.
Yes, a weathered and aged bureaucratic espionage factotum, and he's been tasked with putting a bit of a team together. And he's assembled this little squad of scoundrels, vagabonds, and ne'er-do-wells to do a bit of nasty business.
What do you think? What does he think of the team? Not what do you, Ross? Well, you could say too, Ross. But what do you think of this team? They seem like a bunch of damn loose cannons.
Yeah, listen, this might be my last job. I don't need any of you to blow this for me. It's this and then retirement. So,
now I'm definitely killing this character.
Yeah,
if he's that close to retirement, I have to.
Grinston's going for a fall. But Ross loves them. It's great. Everybody is such an awesome and compelling character. And I think Grinsen is looking for people as mad and expendable as this mission requires.
Right. Well, you definitely found people that are kind of mad. Let's actually talk to Clare Grant. Clare Grant, you're playing a Tabaxi monk who is mostly drunk so far, and I'm wondering if he will be mostly drunk the rest of the campaign.
Look, Fish has had a really rough go-round and just lost everyone in his life. So I think that the alcohol is the only thing that's actually getting him through his days. And he's excited to be here because he has a mission of finding his master, hopefully, and destroying every single person who laid hands on any of his monk brethren. And it feels like this is a good group.
Yeah, so you're saying biggest fight of Fish's life. He's trying to get vengeance against the people that killed all of his fellow monks in the Waking Dream Monastery, and he's going to be really sloshed while he does it, because why not have fun?
Yeah.
Have you seen that movie Another Round? Do you know the movie I'm talking about?
No.
Mads Mikkelsen,
Has anybody seen that? It's like Mads Mikkelsen, and it's about this theory that all human beings have an alcohol deficiency, and we all operate at a higher level if we're all a little drunk all the time. I'll ask our next player, Noura Ibrahim. What do you think of that theory?
I feel like there's a little bit of truth to that.
Yeah,
a little bit.
In the movie, they try just being drunk at a school because they're school teachers. So that's interesting.
Listen, I've had a lot of school teachers. I've known a lot of them get by that way without, whether they thought we knew about it or not. But
yeah, we know what's in those travel mugs.
That's right. And what's in this mug right now. But, my favorite story was my buddy Nick Dobbins. Shout out to Nick Dobbins if he's out there somewhere. He used to tell, Claire, Nick. He used to tell a story about he had a teacher that would always take a little nip every once in a while. And then there was this kid named Billy that drove that teacher crazy. The teacher was a coach, but he couldn't curse at school. You could tell he was a guy that cursed a lot, took little nips, but he couldn't curse at school. So one time Billy kept leaning back on his chair and making this sound that was like, and he did that for like 10 minutes. And then the teacher suddenly went, "What you doing, crap Billy?" Crap Billy. That's what he had to say because he couldn't say "you little shit" or something like that.
The human brain does funny things.
It does, especially under the influence of alcohol. Yeah. Noura, your character, Keena, she is part of the Ekaterine Sisterhood, warrior tiefling paladins, and she's on a mission of vengeance.
Yes. I've been doing push-ups for my cat goddess, Jared.
Yes, yeah.
I'm ready.
It's like an anime cat girl, but like as a goddess is basically the goddess. What do you think of this whole world? Like, and I'm not asking that to get compliments, although, you guys could be like, it's so real. But like,
tell me how much you love it.
Yeah. But I mean, like,
it's so immersive, Jared. We love it so much.
Yeah. Well, I try to bring something original because we all love the Forgotten Realms and Greyhawk, but we've been to those places before. So something that's maybe based off of some other different influences. Did you know you were going to have a whole sisterhood of paladin sisters to help you out?
No, I freaking loved that. Thank you for putting me in a beautiful place. I want a vacation there. It seemed magical, that area. And then just coming in hot with some practice rounds with I gotta look. It's been Nellipsis. There we go.
Yeah, Mother Nellipsis.
I wasn't gonna remember it.
It's so easy to remember D&D names, isn't it? You're always like, and remember, her name is Karekadek Molaka. And everybody's like, got it. How do you spell that? Well, let me ask. So our friend Keena, your character, hasn't really been out in the world. She's been kind of practicing in her paladin monastery, her paladin convent for a long time. What does she think of this kind of island that she's landed on?
Well, this is very, very awkward for her because she's been a little sheltered baby and now she's on Sex and Drugs Island.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, I wonder what there is to, like, is there a travel guide to the Sex and Drug Island? There's no travel series on what to do.
Fish in the water.
Yes. Fish is the Rick Steves of this place.
Yes, I would imagine so.
If you guys want,
Fish in the Water gets a television series.
You can just abandon the quest and start to kind of go Anthony Bourdain on this place, and I can just make up foods and drinks you can try.
Perfect.
Speaking of drunken people, we have so many drunken characters. When we first met Sid's character, Vic, she was so drunk that she almost lost a fight with a regular goblin. By the way, Sid, I forgot to tell you can heal all that damage because it's been days since Vic has been in that little fight.
I actually forgot, and I would have went into a battle already hurt unnecessarily. So thank you, Jared.
Absolutely. And I really love your character who's kind of like got kind of a memento thing going on. She can't quite remember like who she owes vengeance against, so she keeps a list.
It's no wonder she was in a fight with a goblin, which was unexpected by me, and I only made her drunk because I did so poorly. Normally, she's really cool and like really good at fighting. We'll see. But actually, I digress about this, but I just have to say before when you told Ross, like, oh, you guys are really in a pickle, it made me think of this thing that I only found out about recently, and I need to tell you guys. So my friend was at a bar, and you know how bars sometimes just have one item of food that they serve, and it's like a random item. So the bar like serves hot dogs, and they were like, do you want a hot dog? And he was like, no, I don't really want this like weird dive bar hot dog. And they're like, oh, you're a vegetarian. We got something else. It's a pickle dog. And he was like, it's a pickle dog? So what they do is they take a hot dog bun, they put a slice of pickle in it with ketchup, mustard, and mayo, and then they sprinkle like spicy barbecue chips on top. And that's a pickle dog. And I have to tell you guys, sounds bad. Sounds like you would not eat that at a bar. Sounds like a bad idea. We made it outside of the bar for lunch one day. It is the most delicious thing. I have ever eaten. It's like a perfect amount of crunchiness with the chips, but the soft hot dog bread, and you don't eat a hot dog, so you feel like this must be healthy. And I just had to tell you about pickle dog. This means nothing to the campaign, but everyone should try pickle dog.
No, you got
Oh, no, we have the official food of the island now.
I think you're absolutely right. Yes. I was just about to say that, Noura. There are at least 5 pickle dog stands within direct firing distance of you right now.
Grinsen is seeking cover behind one as we speak.
Claire, oh my God. Claire hates pickle
This is
dog.
my nightmare. I hate pickles more than anything, guys. Oh my God.
Claire, I'm so sorry that I've now made this in the game haunting you, real life and in game.
Okay. All right.
That
Wicked
sounds good to
Empire
me.
brought to you by Clausen.
I just have a very quick hot dog at a bar story, but it's really gross. So I don't know. Mute me if you don't like this. So I went to a bar in Manhattan one time in Times Square, and they had free hot dogs there. And I saw this really stupid idiot I know, and he looked over at me. He just bumped into me at the bar, and he was like, "Hey, dude, free hot dogs all night." And I was like, "Yeah." And then I don't know. We went to another bar, and maybe even another one, and then we went to a diner, and then it was like 4 a.m, and I got on the subway. And I was riding home to Brooklyn, and I'm riding, and then suddenly I hear, and I was like, I know what I recognize that hot dog smell, and it was the guy I had bumped into earlier that evening. So it was free hot dogs way later than I thought it would be. It was free hot dogs all night.
Was that story better, Claire? Was that better?
Yeah, there was a little Everclear mixed in. Yes, absolutely.
No, that's the issue with Temple Bay though. Like, yeah, they've got pickle dogs, they've got hot dogs, but too much of a good thing, and that's what happens. So
there is no such thing as too much of a good thing on Sex and Drugs Island.
Yeah.
Too many hot dogs.
More stands.
Well,
Sex and Drugs Island, all things in moderation, including moderation.
We'll see. I mean, too much of a good thing. One good thing that has happened, I'll just give a really brief recap. You guys are here to kill Mother Kana, the woman, the tiefling paladin, Oathbreaker paladin, who has taken over this island, who has operating a giant drug operation that is polluting and corrupting the mainland empire of Mu. You are here to take her down. Those are your orders from the Looking Glass, Grinsen, your espionage organization that has sent you and told you to put together the team. But as our other players mentioned, they each have an individual reason to be here. For example, Bick has someone on her vengeance list who's probably hanging out in the Pleasure Dome. Fish is looking for the monks who wiped out his monastery. And our friend Keena is also looking for Mother Kana because she used to belong to Keena's paladin sisterhood. So that's why you're all here to get into the Pleasure Dome, which is like the place where guests go to sample forbidden pleasures. You figured out you needed a jade circlet. So you guys managed to get onto the island with some forged documents. You got past the dock guards, but then once you got onto the island, you figured out you need a jade circlet that you purchase officially at the Blue Petal Inn, but nah, your characters don't do it like that. You don't do it the right way or the easy way. Bick very handily negotiated a black market sale of a jade circlet. Unfortunately, our espionage man Grinsen, and this is right out of La Carre, because feet of clay, this kind of spy, right? Mm-hmm. He unfortunately was questioning someone in the market who appears to have turned out to be an informer. And the Red Wave, the hobgoblin police of the island, caught sight of Bick purchasing this jade circlet, and they hopped aboard their flying brooms, and they are now descending on you at great and high speed. And so if we can go over to our Roll20 map, we will. What the hell is going on? What happened? Why am I in a coffee shop?
What the hell?
I was trying to switch I couldn't see you for a second, Jared, and I don't want to miss your facial expressions, and so I hit it, but I hit a wrong thing, and now
That is the funniest thing
This is
on
amazing.
Skype is the together. But I think we all should switch back to the grid view because it messes up the whole thing. That's so funny.
I didn't know that other people that you would see it. I thought it would just affect it.
Dumbest feature because it makes everyone switch to it suddenly. Like,
Did not know that. Should have asked about that beforehand.
that's so funny. I've never seen the coffee shop one before. Guys, it's so nice. It's like we're all
Maybe
together.
there's pickle dogs.
I hope this the viewers at home kind of get an idea of what we're seeing. Likely the grid is just murderized, and we're even missing people. I don't know why. Noura, do you know how to switch it back?
Everybody has to do it individually.
Everybody has to do it. I didn't know that you got. Yeah, everybody has to apparently grid view.
You go back
Select
to your
grid
little
Yeah.
upper right corner and select grid view.
good.
God, Skype is so
There we go.
I left the San Francisco
We're back.
Tech office coffee break room.
Oh God! Oh, that made me so scared. Okay, so
Take me
here
to the
we are.
fantasy world. I gotta get out of here.
Take
Yeah, I
me
didn't like
away.
that.
Let's go.
I have to go pitch an app.
It's too real.
So let's go back to Temple Bay and let's look at the lay of the land before we begin our combat. And so we will see that our friend Fish in the River is kind of all the way down here, still having his rum and coffee. Yes, thank you, down here. Because Fish stated he wasn't kind of with the others. He was off getting drunk again. And then we can see where Bick is up here. She has just purchased the Jade Circlet illegally from the market seller. And her friends Grinsen and Keena are over here, having just clocked the fact that the Red Wave guards are on their way to someone just shouted, someone in the marketplace just shouted, raid! They don't like unauthorized visitors or people who are buying illegal passes into the Pleasure Dome here, and they are going to do something about it. And so what I will ask for now is for everybody to make their initiative roll. And my men will as well. Okay. So my guys are working with not a great one. Okay. So, Grinsen.
I rolled a 20.
Nice, Grinsen.
Nice.
And Fish.
16.
And Keena.
Oh, that was me. So I rolled an 8.
An 8 altogether.
Unfortunately.
Bick, where are you initiative-wise?
I rolled a dirty 20. I have a +3 initiative.
Okay. Great. Okay, so, and did you roll a nat? You didn't roll a nat 20, did you, Grinson?
I did.
Oh, you did? Okay, so I'll let you go first. Okay, luckily you've clocked that these guys are coming toward you. People are shouting, raid! You know what I'll say? Right before you guys start acting or like initiative happens, these poor market people start running to get out of the way because they know trouble is coming. You know, they live here, they know the deal. And so I will start with Grinsen. Grinsen, what would you like to do?
Oh my. Okay, yeah, this seems threatening. Things went sideways fast. Grinsen's smooth-talking espionage tack blew their cover in roughly 2 minutes after landing, but he now quickly assesses the situation, and but it looks like he's right behind Keena. So I think he's going to just kind of maybe just tap her on the shoulder as if to say duck, and just be like, if you could be so good as to get down. And then I'm gonna blast them.
Whoa, okay. So the police are on their way, and as the motorcycles approach, because these hobgoblins, they've drawn their katana and they're zipping at you at high speed, so they do look like they mean to threaten you. Grinston says, enough cover, it's time to let loose. And so Grinston, which one of these, I think you're talking about these two guys over to the east, which of these two are you gonna blast?
Ooh, actually, I'm kind of changing my mind on the fly, but I tell you what I'm actually going to do is maybe provide us some cover if escape is imminent. I am going to point at the broom of the fella on the right there and cast darkness on it.
Oh, okay, great. You're gonna make it hard for them to see in a certain area, right? So
if I cast it on the broom, it'll be any 15-foot radius around that broom.
Oh, amazing. Okay. They get a save for darkness?
There's no save. It just goes off.
It just happens. So let's create a 15-foot, and I see Bick already kind of looking at where she can go and what she can hit people with, reaching out with her little arrow. Let's put a 15-foot circle of darkness around one of our flyers here to the east. That will, there it is. Okay, so those guys can't see shit right now, which I think is going to, a bare minimum, at least give them like some disadvantage when they try to attack you, but I think it's even going to be worse than that. Reaching out with, and you are a shadow sorcerer, right?
That is
Grinsen?
correct.
So talk to me a little bit about that. What did he just do? Like, describe it in the fiction as these like samurai were coming down on him with these flying brooms. What was his spell process?
Great. I think this is like super innate to Grinsen for reasons, and it's like, be so good as to get down, and then maybe you just see his like pale hand kind of go over your shoulder, Keena, as you just hear whispery like backwards speaking coming out of him, and then just like that effect when food coloring gets dropped in water, just blossoms out of the front of this broom as they're suddenly in this ink dark cloud. And if maybe only in your peripheral vision, Keena, you can see that those white eyes of Grinsen just go shark black for a second.
It is terrifying. He is a shadow person indeed. And so this big inky cloud of blackness surrounds the two that you've immediately clocked. And now it is Bick's turn. Bick, what would you like to do?
Go ahead.
We're not done. We're not done. Go ahead.
I'll also move if I can. I'll just kind
that's
of
a great idea.
Get a little bit more cover.
That sounds like a great idea. Okay, so you kind of have like nestled yourself down in against this market stall, and now it is Bick's turn. Bick.
All right, Bick is going to, realizing the danger, seeing Grinsen cast stuff, she's like, this is popping off. She is going to run her max distance of 30 feet to the north, and then use her bonus action or cunning action to hide amongst the other market stands, just trying to get cover. Or if you allow me to like fully hide, that's what she's going to do.
Great. I think this is awesome because like you're the one that's kind of in trouble right now, and you are just gonna, what a thief. You're just gonna hide. Absolutely. Move her up there. And can you make a stealth check for me? Or do you need to? Yeah, you need to do that still. So make that stealth check for me. How'd you do?
24.
Woo! Okay.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and maybe even mark that our friend Bick is hidden. And that done. Anything else, Bick, or is that the end of your turn?
I think, that's the end of my turn.
Okay, great. So you actually kind of run past these like civilians and these like kind of market people, and you kind of like hunker down in like a cart full of like this weird green fruit that's sort of rutabaga shaped, and you are, for all intents and purposes, very hard to spot now with that incredible roll of, it was like 28 or whatever. Okay, and so now we come to Fish in the river, who may or may not know that something is wrong, because Fish is all the way over here. Fish, could you give me some kind of roll to notice that there's been some sort of like raid that might affect your friends?
Yes. So like perception?
That sounds right. Yeah, give me a perception roll, and you only need to get 12 or above to realize that maybe your friends are in trouble.
15.
Success. So you know that your friends are in trouble, and you can see where you are there, and you also are able to maybe just barely clock around that corner that there are some hobgoblins coming from the south.
Coming from the south. Okay.
Yeah, you see them there?
I do.
Yeah.
I guess, Fish would like to, can he like jump up here on top of this? And then
Yeah, I love that idea. I think that because it is like kind of, you know, made of like cloth, that I would like a check. But Fish is a monk, right? So
yes,
I
and a
believe
cat.
they had a cat, so you should have some things that help you do those kinds of things, right?
Like claws.
Yeah, you have claws, and I think that you like have proficiency in stuff like athletics or acrobatics. Well, you have a plus 4 in athletics, and then when I look at your features and traits, let me just look here real quick. So, cat's claws. You have a climbing speed of 20 feet, and your claws are natural weapons. You have proficiency in stealth. Yeah, I think that I'm just looking to see if you have any other advantages to do this. I think that I'm gonna say that I'm not gonna make you go less feet than you normally would because you have that climbing speed. I'm just gonna go ahead and say you can move like your full move onto the roof here, and you move 5, 10, 15, 20. Yeah, you've gone about 30 there. Okay, but okay. I would like one roll from you using your acrobatics if you don't mind. And you get a +4, and you only need I think a 12 to get up here.
13.
Okay, so really well done. So Fish runs, he claw climbs all the way on, and he's like dancing across these cloth awnings, because if he leaves his weight on them for too long, he'll fall through. But he dances across them and comes to a part where there's like wooden slats holding the structure up and balances on that. And now he may take an action. That was his move. But he is at a distance from his opponents. Does he have a ranged attack or something else he'd like to do?
He's gonna throw some darts,
Ooh,
like a bamboo shoot or something.
Okay, great. Let's see it.
All right. I rolled a 24.
That is definitely enough to hit one of these hobgoblins. So go ahead and deal your damage.
5 damage.
Woo! Okay.
Yeah.
So 5 damage to my man. I'm going to say on the right, if that's okay.
Sure.
On the south.
Sure.
So you, the Catman jumps onto there and throws a dart, and it goes right into this guy's armor. He kind of struggles to keep his broom where it needs to go at first. But that is the end of Fish's turn, and now we turn to Keena.
Well, they're a little too far away from me to get there in one go.
Yeah.
But I swore an oath, and I'm not running away from that. So I'm ready to smash these dudes as soon as they come close. So I'm going to point to one of them. Mm-hmm. I'm going to cast Hunter's Mark.
Okay, great.
As my bonus action. I will say, from where I'm standing, I'm not sure who I would probably be able to see first.
Well, let's see. So the ones ahead of you have already had darkness cast on them. So I'm not sure that you can see them at all, but I'm going to look at your Hunter's Mark. So you're going to turn to the ones behind you, maybe?
Yes.
Ah, very good. Very smart, actually. Okay, so Keena will go ahead and turn her around. She turns and she notices that maybe there are guys coming from over here from the west, but in fact, she doesn't quite have line of sight. So she is going to at least need to move around this stall right here with like the pink awning to kind of get to where she can see them. Yeah, do you see that?
Yeah.
Is it okay for her to move there?
If I can, yeah, I would like to move out into where I can get a line of sight on them, because I don't want to do exactly what I did yet. So yeah, I'll just move on the ground.
I think I've got you there. You've got her. You've got it. Okay. Right. So there she is, and she sees them.
Yes. So Hunter's Mark. That's my bonus action. With bonus action, you can still cast a cantrip. Yes.
A cantrip. Yeah, if it says it's a bonus action cantrip, then you can cast a.
Yeah. I will. No. I will. That's my bonus action. But as my action, if they should be within 60 feet now. Yeah.
Oh, forgive me, Noura. I'm looking at Hunter's Mark, and it looks like it's one of your first level spells. So it is. Oh, but it does say a
Yeah.
bonus action. Forgive me.
Yeah.
Okay, so yes, you cast
So
upon them.
as my
and
action, if they're within 60 feet now,
oh, they're not within 60 feet yet. They haven't moved forward that
they
much.
are not. Okay, then
Yeah.
I will.
Why don't you tell us what Hunter's Mark will do though when you decide to use it?
Oh, sure. Okay. So a creature that you can see within range, they get mystically marked. And then until the spell ends, which it's a concentration spell that lasts an hour, you deal an extra 1d6 damage to the target whenever you hit it with a weapon attack. And you have an advantage on any wisdom or like perception or wisdom survival checks. If the target drops to 0 hit points before the spell ends, you could use a bonus action on a subsequent turn of yours to mark a new creature. So, okay, great, because now that I could hit, it doesn't have to be a melee attack. It could be any I want to attack with my crossbow because they should be within 80 feet.
So let me take one thing at a time. The Hunter's Mark is a great idea, and you can. I'm looking at a range. It says to me at 90 feet for it. So you have
For
range
that,
on these
yeah.
guys to cast it on one of them. Should I go ahead and put Hunter's Mark on one of them?
Yeah.
Great. There we go. I put a little skull and crossbones on that guy. Oh, not that. And so now he, you can see, he's got that little skull and crossbones that say you have Hunter's Mark on him. When you hit him, you do an extra 1d6 damage. And that was your bonus action. So you still have an action left. You've moved.
Yes.
And you've got it. What's your action?
Just trying to see where the skull and crossbone, where he is. Is he within 60 feet?
Okay. So no, he's like almost a full 90 feet away for
Full
no,
90.
Let's say, wait, let me make sure. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, he's 50 or more, 60. No, he's within 60. He's within 60. Thank you.
Sweet.
Yes.
I am going to attack him with my crossbow.
Okay, great.
And now where is my D&D Beyond sheet?
My God.
Okay,
It sucks
here
because
we go.
we're all going now, and as soon as they go, everything's going to change.
However, it
Positions
is,
are going to change.
I only got 13 to hit.
Okay.
So I don't know if that hits.
Let me see how that works. 13 to hit is not enough. These guys are heavily armored, and it is not enough to hit him. And so your crossbow misses, and so I mean it's incredible. So we have Keena. She comes running around the corner because she suspects they're probably trying to flank you all. Very, very clever on her part. She shouts her oath at one of them, putting a hunter's mark on him, claiming him as her quarry. And then as he starts to speed toward her, she fires a crossbow bolt, but unfortunately it misses and goes clattering across the cobblestones. And then it's their turn. Their brooms of flying give them 50 feet of movement. So they are going to go ahead and move up to you, Noura. Yeah. They all have lots of movement. So here comes one. Let's see. Wait. Yeah. Okay. Great. Here comes the first one. He's here.
Ooh.
Boy.
And. Okay, yes, this guy can move to here. So they speed up on their brooms and they attack because you attacked them and they figure you're part of the people they're raiding now. And the first one attacks you and he rolls pretty well, not bad with his long sword, his katana. He rolls a 16 versus your AC.
Does not hit.
Yeah.
Oh, because you have such great armor.
Paladin, baby.
The other one
Yes,
attacks
yes.
our paladin friend. It swings his katana as he flies by on his broom, and this one rolls similarly, not as well. So that's a 14 versus your AC. Not enough, right?
Nope.
Okay, so there they are, and they're kind of stuck there because they've used their full movement. Let's see how. Okay, I'm going to deal with the darkness guys in a minute, but these guys dealing with fish, they decide to rocket their brooms into the air and get fish off the top of that landing. So, oh yeah. So here comes one, comes up here like this.
Okay.
And let's see, and the other one comes up to fish's other side. And they both roll an attack. Here comes the first one. First attack is a pathetic 9. That's too low, right?
That is too low.
Okay, second attack is, there we go, a 19.
That hits.
Yep, that hits, right? And so, because they are using the Hobgoblin special ability, Martial Advantage, he does +7 damage on this attack.
Come on. I don't like that.
He's going to do a total of, let's see, I'm going to say he's one-handed. So we're going to go ahead and call it a total of 12 slashing damage to poor fish.
That ain't nothing.
It gets worse, everybody, because he didn't use all of his movement. They can keep moving and get out of fish's immediate range. They went 5, 10, 15, 20 to get up here, and they've got 30 feet left, so they're going to just keep flying over. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25.
We should run away.
Over here. Boom. And 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. They just fly over the thing and out of fish's range after they have slashed him. So that's pretty nasty. Okay, now here come our guys that want Grinsen, but I'm going to go ahead and have them, first of all, in a cloud of darkness, I think that they have to make a flying roll. I think that's fair.
Nice.
That's the plan.
And I'm going to have them make it at disadvantage because they are in a cloud of blackness. And so here they're both in it, so I'm going to make them both make it. Here they go. Their dex is a +1. I'm going to say this is a pretty straight thoroughfare, but the problem is when you get up here to these carts, there's kind of a turn that they might not know that intuitively. So let's see how they do. I'm going to call it a difficulty of 12, but they do have disadvantage, okay? The first guy rolls a 7. That ain't good. And then his second roll is even worse. He's at 5. Then the next guy rolls a 9 and a 9.
Yes.
So both of them
Down you go, boys.
This is hilarious. So the hobgoblins smash into this cart hard. Boom. And let's go ahead and deal some damage to them for that. I'll actually just kind of abstract it with falling damage. Great. And we'll say that if they were going as fast as they were going, let's call it like 3d6 each. So one takes 11 damage killing him or taking him out, and the other one takes 13 damage taking him out. And so you just crushed it, Grinsen. You just,
hell yeah.
So they were like, coming at you. You put up that cloud of blackness, and they were like, wah, and smashed into the side of that cart, and they are out of it, man.
Amazing.
That was really dope. Okay. So that is the end of the Hobgoblin's turn, and now we can turn to Grinsen again. It is your turn again, my friend.
Okay, wow, that worked so well. I might try more. I think, in fact, I might do just that. And I might try to be an extra bad boy. Okay, here's what's going to happen. I am going to do the same thing. I'm going to turn around so that I can see the two menacing Keena, and I will cast, and now I will use one of my, spend my sorcerer points to use Twinned Spell to cast it not only on one of their brooms, but on one of the ones that just flew over me. So I'm going to put darkness on both groups of 2.
Okay, so not only on the ones menacing Keena, but on the ones that just flew over the awning. You're going to put darkness on both of them.
That's right. That will mean that Keena's enveloped in darkness as well.
So let me ask you: are there concentration issues with this? I mean, can you keep all of these spells going at once? I'm going to bring up your...
I will, of course, will dispel the one that's currently active, because this is a concentration spell. but the twin spell allows me to... Wait, actually, I might not be able to twin this spell like that.
Well, let's find out.
I think it has to target a creature, not a point.
Yeah, I'm bringing up darkness. 15 radius sphere for the duration. And can't see through this. It's on an object you are holding or one that isn't even the darkness emanates from the object and moves with it. If any of the spells sorry, I'm just mumbling to myself. Like, when people play D&D, they always sound crazy when they're looking at spells.
I just looked at it. I can't do that because darkness can affect more than one creature, and twin spell has to be like 2 ranged attacks. So I'm just going to shoot it at the ones flying over me, the 2 that just engaged with fish.
Okay, that makes sense. And so it happens automatically. And so another one now takes a circle of darkness around him. We'll have that up in just a second here. Let me put that on there. Just a circle of darkness around one of our hobgoblin flyers. Mm-hmm. And in a 15-foot radius, right?
Correct.
That's right. There it is. Oh, boom. God, everything. So suddenly, these guys are all... There's like a big wall of darkness around everybody. Hopefully, these guys roll better. Which one is it around, just so I can mark him?
Looks like it's around the one on the left.
The one on the left. Okay, so let me go ahead and I'll make a little darkness, symbol to kind of reflect that. Let's go ahead and just put a purple circle beside him. So that's the guy that has the darkness around him. Okay, great. And there he is, and there's that. Okay, great work. Would you like to move anywhere, Grinsen?
Yes, I will move towards, skirt along these stalls to here.
Okay, great. That works. So you kind of ensconce yourself with as much cover as possible after you've created this darkness, and you are safe with your back covered. And now we come to our next combatant, Bick. Bick, are you just staying hidden? No one has even come for you yet.
Yeah. I think at hearing the crash, Bick peeks out a little bit, but I mostly just want to know, are the brooms that they were flying completely shattered to wooden bits, or do you think there's salvage in the wreck?
Well, all you heard was a crash, because from your line of sight you can't really see what happened to them, but you could definitely go and look.
Are all the hobgoblins in darkness now?
It looks like they all are, actually.
I think they are, yeah. Okay, so then yes, what I'm going to do, since the coast is clear, I look out, I see all the darkness again, I'm like, oh, Grinston is really putting in work. So I decide I'm just going to sneak, and I'm going to make my 30 feet up onto the roof, and just clamber up. Is this man on the roof? This man on the map sitting next to me, or is that a mistake?
This man I think is, I think he's one of the ones I moved out of the way, so we'll be clear. Okay. He's not on the roof.
I was going to say, if he was on the roof, I'd push him off.
Okay, great, that's what happens instead. You pushed him off, and so, one thing I would love, let's see.
That's the one.
You had 30, you started here, and you did 5, 10, 15. Okay, so and you've got 30 feet of movement, so I think that that's all enough. Yeah, you've got it. Okay, but can I have a climb roll just to see how that all goes? An athletics roll or an acrobatics?
Absolutely. And I will say I'm still, stealth mode. I'm not standing up on the roof looking into the darkness at the potential hobgoblins.
No, absolutely. Yeah, that sounds good.
22.
22 is quite enough, and so I'm not going to endanger you in any way for that. And now you have made it up there. You have an action left if you want it. That was all movement.
Yeah, I'm going to do my bonus dash, and I'm going to move even further along that rooftop, climb down the other side, and look to see if there's a salvageable broom.
Let's see. I'm going to just roll a chance die on each of them. And guess what? They're both salvageable.
let's go. I grab both brooms.
Yeah.
You can grab one right now. The other one that needs a little more. You need a little bit more movement. You've used your full dash, but you now have a broom of flying.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. So that's fun and interesting. A thief with a broom of flying.
I just stand there with my broom. Waiting.
So far, my TPK is not going the way I want it to. And now let us turn to our friend Fish. Fish, you just got slashed. How are you doing on HP, my friend?
Oh my God, not good. Fish is, hanging on to life with 6 hit points.
Oh, wow. Okay.
No.
Oh, boy.
But Fish, from being on top of the roof there, saw Vic hop doing all of her business and grab the broom of flying, and Fish is definitely going to try to grab a broom of flying for himself.
Okay.
We make eye contact from across the way. I'm waving the broom.
There we go.
Let's see. So how much Fish? How much movement does our friend Fish have?
Fish has 40, but if I need more than that, I can.
You could dash over, and of course I'll allow, like, as a bonus action, you just to grab up the broom. So let me see. Yeah, I mean, you can make it over there and grab one up. Is that what you'd like to do?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Go ahead and move your character over there to the other crashed flyer, and you can dig the broom out of the rubble there, and you have one.
Right.
Let's put you, actually, if you don't mind, all the way here. Yeah. Okay, great.
Oh.
So you have it, and you have it in your hot little paw. Did you have any? That was just a bonus action to scoop that up, and you had to dash to get all the way over there, right? I think so.
Yeah.
Okay, great, no problem. So you guys both. So you and Bick look at each other like, oh, look what we have, ha ha ha. And now it is, I believe it is Keena's turn. Keena?
All right. So am I in darkness here?
You
Yes.
are in darkness, and the darkness even is invulnerable to someone's like dark vision, if I'm not mistaken.
'cause
Is
it's
that
magical.
right?
Correct. It's
Yeah.
magical
Yeah.
darkness.
So I need to get the F out of there. I'm going to fly overhead and out, but still be close by because I don't want this hobgoblin out of my sight. As soon as.
So tell me where you'd like to move. You have 30 feet of flight. And I will say that I think that Grinsen, since he put it on the hobgoblin flyer that had gone over the awnings, it's up a little bit in the air too. It's almost like a big column. So you
I
just need to show
can't
me.
just move up. I got to move up and out.
Yeah.
So I would like to be here.
Great.
And I wouldn't have any sense of I just got attacked by them. So
Yeah.
could I try just slashing?
You know where they
and
are.
just see if I hit?
Well, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to say the darkness, I'm going to say they don't take an opportunity attack against you. And you're flying. I think those two things together mean you can get out no problem. And one guy is not even all the way in the darkness. The other guy is kind of on the very edge of it. You tell me whether you think you could attack them or not. Is that what you're asking, what you'd like to do?
But I think if I wanted to hit the one with the hunter's mark, but if I can't see him, you know what, screw it. Let me just see if I can just try to slash. I just don't know if the hunter's mark will work on him if I can't see him.
You know what? Here's what I'll rule. I said he's on the very edge of the darkness, and you kind of move past him to get out of it. If you can attack, but it'll be with disadvantage. But if you hit, you will get your hunter's mark bonus.
Okay, let's see. I'll
There we
do
go.
the D&D Beyond rolling here for disadvantage. With a disadvantage, I got a 15.
Okay, and you'll have to be right there to hit him because he is a melee opponent. So you've kind of flown out over the head of this civilian right here around the corner, and you got a 15. Is that what you said with disadvantage?
Yeah, with disadvantage.
That's really good. You hit him.
Yes.
No, wait, you didn't. He's an 18. No, these guys are heavily armored. I'm so sorry.
Yeah,
You
so
missed
I
him.
was because I rolled a
Wait, you
15
did get
before.
him. No, you didn't. No, am I a horrible DM? It's so mean to do that to somebody.
I'm on
You
the
got
edge of my
it. No, you
seat.
didn't. I think it makes sense. You fly out of the darkness, you turn around, and you think you see something in it, Keena, and you swing your sword, but all your sword rips is like this sort of like substantive like shadow, and you're not sure if you've hit him or not. Okay, Keena, anything else? I think that's a move and a attack. Anything else?
So it didn't hit.
It did not hit, and I'm sorry for yanking your tan like that.
Totally fine. Totally fine. I'm good. That will be it for me. I will move out to where I said I was and hang out there.
Now, however, I must say that now it is the hobgoblin's turn, and I must say that because you took a shot at them, I think that they know where you're at, and so they turn their brooms. This guy's not even in the darkness, and they are going to, let's see, they both have the distance on you to attack, so they will attack really quickly, and here they go. Here's the first attack. Boom. That's a 7. That's not going to hit you.
Nope.
And here's the second attack. Come on, give me some good rolling. And that's a critical miss. Okay.
And I just tear my tank top that I was wearing.
My God, she's some sort of Hulkamaniac.
Here's what I'm gonna roll. Like they were doing it as they flew by, right? This one, the one with the hunter's mark, is not the one that critical missed. So he tries his attack. 1.
Oh, this music.
I know.
And he goes all the way down here because that's how fast his broom can speed around. Maybe he's like circling all the way back around to get you from the other side. But this guy, because he critical missed, I'm gonna rule that his broom gets kind of stuck with this like civilian and this like building here, and he's kind of wedged in there. So I'm not gonna let him get away from you or out of your range right now. He's kind of like trying to unravel his broom from like an awning or something that's kind of caught him with his critical miss. And so he is there, and he is fair game. Now, what about Grinsen and these two? Let's see.
They're flying over me.
Yeah, let's see. Well, they can't see anything. So is it fair to have them even attack you? Like, let's see. What does darkness mean exactly? What does it mean to you, Ross? What is darkness?
It's my old friend. I often say hello.
And it's come to talk to you again, I know.
Right.
Well, I'm just going to look at the spell to see what his options are, because they look limited. So,
I mean,
I think they die.
I think they totally die.
they
Yeah.
don't.
Is that the rule? They are so, oh my God, dead? Is that what I'm reading?
I don't.
They just can't see, Jared. They just can't see. They can't see where they're going anymore.
Well, yeah, no, I think that.
Oh, they're scared of the dark. They're afraid.
Yeah, they're super scared.
We're just distracting Jared as
And
much
I think one of them says "Mama" as he goes over. Yeah.
Oh, it's so
no,
sad.
that's okay. I got you. I got you.
It's pretty sad.
Mama, I can't say
hate
anything.
websites.
Mother.
Okay.
I had a nightmare. Yeah. He's got a long T-shirt and a little nightcap.
Oh my! And the
onesie.
the hobgoblins are babies.
Okay, so they're
got a little
effectively
candle.
blinded.
Yeah.
They're effectively blinded because you've heavily obscured the area.
That's what we said. That's what Ross said.
Yeah.
So these guys automatically fail any ability check that requires sight, and attack rolls have advantage, and their attack rolls have disadvantage. Okay,
Excellent.
So that tells me that they can attack things. But it also tells me that I think that it's fair, because I did it to the other guys, that they've got to make a sort of a flight roll to see if they can get out of this pickle.
That's right.
And so
Welcome to the brine, baby.
here come the flight rolls for both of them as they start going in different directions. One guy rolls a 2, that's really bad, and the other guy rolls. Guys, I'm gonna switch my D20.
No, this is the perfect D20.
Give it a chance.
Yeah.
I can't
stick with
believe
it.
how badly these guys are rolling. So this guy, he goes 1, 2, and crashes into the side of this here. And let's see if he gets taken out by that. He does. He's out as he smashes into that. And this guy is trying to attack Grinsen, trying to fly toward him, but he misses him, and he smashes into the awning or the building behind Grinsen. and he rolls, and he takes not enough to take him out. So he has a couple HP left. That's interesting.
Interesting.
Okay. Yeah.
Right
so he's still in the mix. So you actually just have, I think, what do we have? 2 guys left? No,
right.
three.
Well, 3.
Because this guy's caught up, but he's not taken out. He didn't really crash.
Yeah.
This guy's still in, and then this guy right here is still in the mix. So is that everybody? I think that's everyone. Let's here, I can do this. Put an X on our man here because I think he's out of it. Okay. Great. And now we start back at the top of the order. If I'm not mistaken, I got all the hobgoblins with our friend Grinsen.
Great. The fellow just crashed right next to me, and he's hanging by a thread.
That's right. Yeah.
Okay, great. I turn, and his broom is still just blooming with etheric darkness. And I turn and tilt my sunglasses down because my eyes of the grave can see through magical darkness. This is nothing to me. And I would like to just put this fellow who just fell off his broom out of his misery with my little crossbow. Just like...
Oh, okay, great. Yeah.
And I have advantage on that, is that right? Because he's blind?
But wait, are you blinded or can you see in your own darkness?
I can see. I am a shadow sorcerer with the dark eyes of the grave.
So I just want to narrate this a little bit. So you see this like hobgoblin, his mask is all off. He's like kind of like crawling up out of like the spilled jewelry of this, because this was like a jewelry stand, like, and pulling it off of him, and he's like kind of like looking, and in your sight his like eyes are glowing in that sort of reverse negative way, and he's like looking for you, but he doesn't see you as you approach slowly with your crossbow, and you may fire, sir, and you do have advantage against him.
18.
Great. An 18 is enough to hit him.
Okay. Let's do that damage.
Let's go.
79. 9.
9 is enough to kill him.
So I think he's flailing around in the dark, just like, and he just hears coming out of the palpable darkness, like, bad luck, old boy. Happens to the best of us.
He's grabbing the arrow in his throat,
and then I pick up the broom that was flowering darkness off it, and move with it. In the darkness, only I can see through towards this, towards the one that is over by Keena.
Very good. Okay, great. So, yeah, you want to move over there or wherever you'd like, and we'll have the darkness cloud kind of follow you.
Yeah. Not so much that it totally obscures her yet.
Okay, so you just want to kind of get a little closer, right?
Get a little closer. That's right.
Get a little closer. Don't be shy. Okay, is that where you want to be? Or
yes.
are you... Okay, great.
That's about right.
I'm going to say you're not on the roof, you're kind of under it.
No, I'm kind of under that awning.
Under the awning, yeah, exactly. Okay, great. And that brings us to Bick.
Okay, Bick is going to hop on the broom, fly up, and fly toward the south, toward the hobgoblin that's left down there.
Great, just say the command word for the broom. The magical command word that activates the broom.
Fuck. Is it fuck?
So Bick,
it's from the pleasure dome,
I'm not going to make you waste your action, but you're like, let's go, and you like put it between your legs and nothing happens, and you're like, fuck, come on, and nothing happens. It requires some sort of command word, and magical technology is prevalent enough in this world that you would know that.
Of course it requires a command word, and I knew that, and I run over here and grab it, whatever. And I grab it and I run with it to the south towards that hobgoblin, and I hop back up on the roof with the broom, and I wave to get the hobgoblin's attention, holding the broom in one arm and the crossbow in the other, and I say, what's the word to make it go? And then I shoot at it with the crossbow.
Great. So show me where you're hopping up onto the roof.
Oh, right, yes.
Yeah.
I dragged my little arrow. There we go. Onto the awning back in the middle of the marketplace. Back to actually where I was pretty much when I first went into hiding.
All right, let me see. That's that's about 30 feet. I would love another acrobatics roll if you don't mind, because that is
Sure.
a little bit of fancy footwork there.
And I think she does do some fancy footwork. That's going to be an 18.
That's enough. That'll do it. So you kind of run up there and you shout at it.
pole
What's
vault.
the word? Yes, you pole vault using the broom. And now you're attacking the one over by Keena. Is that the one you're attacking, or the one below?
The one below. Yeah, I don't have the range.
Oh yeah. Okay, great. Okay, go
Yeah.
for it. Give me an attack.
Let's see. It's going to crack die. Oh, that's not going to do it probably. That's math. A 12. Nope.
A 12 is not enough to hit these guys, I'm afraid. Let's see.
I say, I'll really shoot you next time if you don't tell me the word. That was on purpose, and I'm letting you live.
As he speeds, through the alley here between the market stalls, you're like shouting at him and firing at him. And he's like just got away from a flying paladin with bat wings. So he's like looking up at you like terrified. Or maybe it's a hobgoblin. So maybe like, oh, I'm clocking you. Maybe he's a little less terrified and a little more like, oh shit, another problem. And now that brings us to fish in the water.
Okay. Fish, can fish see amongst the jewels maybe if there were any like jade circlets in there that we should be
Ooh.
stealing?
What a great, interesting way of handling this problem. So the problem is that it's covered in a shadowy cloud of darkness.
But I can see in the dark, right?
Not in this magical darkness. Normally, yes, but not in this magical darkness. If Fish would like, I would allow him to go in there and start searching with disadvantage to see if he can find something.
Okay, I'm gonna do that.
Okay, great. So we'll move our friend Fish over to we'll move him over. Yes, into the stall, and then with disadvantage, give me an investigation roll. And the DC is going to be 15.
This is happening right next to me, and I can see in the dark. Can I guide this process in any way?
I think you're focused on your quarry.
That sounds fair.
Is that fair? Yeah.
Tough but fair.
Yeah. Okay. So how did we do?
Yeah, I mean, I failed. I failed.
Well, what you did find, though, Fish, and maybe you care about this or think it's fun, is you found 19 gold worth of trinkets and like jewelry that you can kind of just grab and tear out of it. You just haven't found another jade circlet, or you don't think you have. It's really dark here.
Got it.
I love these. This team is just pure chaos, and is already just looting the marketplace. So that was Fish in the River's turn. If that's completed, and now we turn back to Keena. Keena, what do you have for me?
So this hobgoblin is still stuck in the wall with the broom.
Yeah, stuck like kind of tied up in the awning a little bit. Yeah, from his critical miss. Yeah.
On the ground or up?
Up high, but you're sort of up high too, right? You were flying.
Yeah, I was flying. So if I wasn't, I was gonna. So you just see me slowly rise up, and I'm just kind of shaking my head at him. You see a little toothy fang grin, and I take my my long sword and I just swing it over my head and like just go for a decapitation, or just
awesome.
slash for the neck.
The old flying tornado decapitation move.
Yes.
I love it. Give me an attack roll, and I did say that he's kind of. I ruled that his minor or his critical miss made him sort of restrained, so you can go ahead and give advantage to that attack roll.
Ooh, well, let's see. I rolled a 22 on the first one, and less, so 22.
That is a hit. And so your wings spinning around you. You're like a shuriken spinning as you come up with your blade flashing. And how much damage did you do?
That is 10 points of damage.
10 points of damage. Not enough to kill him. And so you haven't quite decapitated him, but you can tell that you've like critically wounded him and torn some of his armor off. And unfortunately, he also breaks free in that moment as well. And so now it is their turn, and bleeding, leaving a trail of like dark green or blue blood. This hobgoblin goes let's see here. Wait, let me see. What's 50 feet here? Oh, wait, give me my damn. There I go.
Wait, do I get an opportunity attack if he moves?
I think that you do, right? Yeah, you can take an opportunity attack.
All right. Nice. Well, I will try to swing at him again.
Please do.
Yes.
That's a 22 to hit.
Ooh, oh my god.
That's a hit. And let's just for fun roll your damage, but
okay.
It
was 6 points.
6 points is enough to kill him. Ooh. And so he gets free and he's trying to escape, and you just like finish the job you started, and he goes and lands here, but his head's kind of like over here behind him, and he is out of the running. So that leaves, let's see, only one, doesn't it? And so
the one that I marked to hit first.
The one with the hunter's mark. This guy is going to, let's see how smart he is. Pretty smart. And what he does is he comes down here. He kind of parks his broom for a second. He pulls a whistle off of his neck and blows it really hard. And I wonder what that's going to do. Brings up this enormous, like loud, like keening whistle all through the marketplace. And Bick, you can see him. He's like very clearly in your view. Actually, if he was smart, he would have gotten some cover from you. And so he does have movement left, and I'm going to try to help him do that. Let's see.
Got my eye on him.
I think he can make it down. Wait, let me make sure he can make it down here. Yeah, I think he can make it down to there. So he's going to try to get out of line of sight from Bick, so he's not also going to get like kind of blasted by her with a bunch of crossbow bolts. And he's blowing his whistle, and I'm going to roll to see when someone shows up every turn.
Oh boy.
Unless you guys do something about him. And so that is the end of the hobgoblin turn, and now we go back to Grinsen.
Great. I'm sorry, can you highlight the fellow who's blown that whistle?
He's that all the way down here. Here he is, yeah.
Oh, that's way too far.
I think I yelled to Grinsen, though, like, the last one, he ran off, he's got the whistle.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
This area where I'm in, is this awning, is that... Could I move down through that? Or is this an open area, or would I have to like...
Yeah, I'll allow it. You can kind of like move through this building, because it is a stall. It's not like stone walls like some of these buildings on the perimeter. So yeah, if you want, you can move through it. I'm going to call it difficult terrain, though. So each square is 10 feet, if that makes sense, instead of 5.
So it cuts my... All right, so that cuts my movement down to 15 feet, so that doesn't really give me line of sight on this guy. Okay. I think maybe there are speedier folks who could take him out. I think I might turn my attention to what Fish is doing and see if I can come up with some circlets.
Oh, great idea. Okay. Then why don't you give me... You're kind of like, what is the whistling? Whatever. Let's see if this black market seller had more circlets. And so you may also give me a disadvantage. Oh no, not for you, because you are not affected by the darkness. You may give me an investigation roll, difficulty 15.
All right. Here we go. Didn't quite make it.
Okay. You haven't found anything useful yet, but you do find only 2 gold worth of trinkets that you have managed to loot. Looks like Fish has gotten some of the more valuable stuff so far. That is your turn, Grinsen, and then we come to Bick.
Yes, I am going to run along the little marketplace awning I'm on, and I would like to jump across to the roof, and I will do the acrobatics check because I'm sure you're going to ask me.
I want it.
Awesome.
And then I'll do that first, but then continuing with my bonus action, I'm going to dash even further and try to sneak up behind this hobgoblin and put my knife to his neck or her neck.
Take out this whistle.
Her neck. It is a female, and you may, in fact, give me that acrobatics and then give me that stealth check.
For sure. Let's see. That's going to be acrobatic. Ooh, what's my acrobatics? That's going to be a 15 acrobatics.
That is that's sufficient. You jump across,
and then my stealth,
or you jump down and then jump up again. No problem.
Yeah. That's going to be good. What is that?
Can I retroactively say that when you yell at Grinsen, like, there's a guy with a whistle right over there, that like into the cloud of darkness, you suddenly hear in your mind the voice of Grinsen, like, then I suppose you should do something about that. And like, as I'm just like,
so
wait, does
creepy.
he have does he have telepathy?
He does.
Or
He
is that
has
message?
He has message.
Message.
Oh, he has message. What a creep.
Wait,
okay.
with message, can you hear me back for one, or is it just you send it?
I think it's I think it might be one way. The target and only the target hears the message and can reply in a whisper that only you can hear.
I'll reply, don't do that. And then I run.
Apologies.
Stop it. That's going to be a 21 for stealth.
Okay, great. A 21 for stealth, and let me roll his. Oh no, I rolled it. Okay, this female hobgoblin samurai is unaware that you are there, Bick, but you are, I think, out of moves, right, and actions at present.
That was my bonus, so I still.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you have an action.
So I put the knife up, my little dagger, to her neck, and I go, drop the whistle, and say the command word for the broom, and I'll let you live.
Very good. I think that as a free action, because we're talking, I would like you to give me an intimidate roll.
I'm not that intimidating. All right, I'll try.
Could have fooled me.
That's only going to be an 11.
Okay, well, listen. I would say that they're going to resist that with charisma, and they get a -1, and they just rolled a 5. So, she normally these guys are supposed to be samurai, but this one, I guess, has gone soft on this island of pleasures, and immediately pulls the whistle off her neck and says that the command word for the broom is aloft.
And when they say the command word, do I see the broom in my hand, like, want to float, or are they lying?
That's interesting. She's not holding it, so you're holding it. So you're going to have to say the command word to see if it works.
Whatever. All right, I slice her neck.
Oh my god! Please roll your damage.
Oh, we're bad. We're so bad.
I get an extra 2d6 to my damage because that's my sneak attack with my stealth.
I'll allow it. Yeah, I'll allow it in this case. Even though you talked to her, you had her in a sneak attack position.
All right, so whoa. All right. So first my d4 for my dagger. That's a 2, and then let's see, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 total damage.
And 11 total hit points is what she had, or maybe actually she had a little less at this point. But either way, gosh. You murder her outright, and she is dead and gone. Kumbaya. And let me just X her out of the world. Remove her from reality. Okay.
Oh my gosh.
And now you're looking at a pile of 6 dead hobgoblins in a marketplace full of civilians who are all just like running to get away from these murderers and this like horror, while situation. But you guys have taken out. Oh, but there's one last thing left to do. I said that the hobgoblin did, in fact, get at least one whistle off. So let's see if anybody responded to it.
Oh boy.
No.
Yes!
Oh.
Great job, team. We did a murder.
right.
Yes.
You did so much murder. And so now it appears that you have kind of gotten away for now with your you weren't arrested by the guards. And I guess no one was close enough. No backup was close enough to hear the whistle. I'm going to bring up the island again. And I'm going to ask you, like, what do you do now? Like, you're in this, like, marketplace. There were witnesses to this fight. Many of the civilians are kind of running out of the way. Actually, I am going to bring up the encounter again because I want you to know that I want to know what you do next.
I want to look around the marketplace for another tank top that says whatever, so I slice her neck.
Okay. Great.
They just printed it. They're so fast.
maybe they do custom. I don't know.
No, I mean, I think
Airbrush.
There's like a little goblin with like an airbrush, like
yeah. So I think that you do find, if you want a rack of like sassy tank tops. So in fact, not only do you find whatever, so I slice her neck, you also find other sayings that you can come up with later if you like.
Sweet, because we know a guy now.
Yeah, you know a guy. That is going to be your kind of first exploration turn post. Do you drop your darkness now, Grinsen?
I don't know that I do. I think I continue to use this cover to perform some light-fingered thievery if there are circlets or disguisables about.
Well, that's a good idea. So I'm going to make, our friend Keena's first exploration turn is kind of, gaining more, we'll call them disguise items if we want to take the game seriously, and we'll talk them sassy tank tops is what we'll call them if we want to have fun. But I think that it's reasonable to assume that even though the immediate backup didn't show up, backup will eventually show up because part of the marketplace has just been turned into a pile of police bodies. So why don't we kind of just stick to our initiative order just for the hell of it and find out what each person would like to do to kind of explore or what move they'd like to make next. And of course, you guys may talk to each other as much as you like. And so, Grinsen, what would you like to do?
I think, I'll let the darkness drop. And, and just maybe turn to Fish, who seems to be right next to me, and just like, oh, very good. Off to a wonderful start. Seems that time is of the essence. If we're going to disguise ourselves further or procure circlets to gain entry, now may be the time. And I would like to investigate to see if I can find something to make myself less conspicuous / get myself the Pleasure Dome wristband.
Okay, so I'm going to have you investigate again at a DC 15, and let's see. I think that now that I'm not going to make it disadvantaged because you keep trying. Really? What did you roll?
A 4.
Okay, yeah. So you are just digging through everything in this jewelry stall, trying to find out, but he definitely wasn't keeping them with the rest.
Somebody at Temple Bay loves me?
Yeah. He definitely wasn't keeping the circlets with his main stock.
Cool.
And now we turn to Bick. Bick, what would you like to do as you stand over the bleeding out body of the hobgoblin flyer?
Yeah, I take her broom too.
Okay, great.
I walk back to the group dragging the brooms, and I give one to whoever wants one. Fish already has one. But I tell Fish the word. I go, it's a loft. I learned it.
When you say that, suddenly they go, whoa, and they kind of like lift.
Check it out. Pretty cool, huh? Anyway, I have my circlet, so I'm all good. But do you need help looking for yours?
No, I'm doing great. Everything's fine.
I did
Why do you have so
definitely
many
need help.
Feather boas. Why are you all carrying feather boas? There's no need for that. Yeah, I'll help you. So I would like to do a search for circlets or anything that could be of use.
Great.
I'm gonna give you guidance on that.
So nice.
Great.
So nice.
So sweet.
So yes, so while she's raiding these tank tops, Keena turns over and blesses your search with the keen eyes of Ikatra, the White Tiger Bride. And so you may, if you'd like, I'm just going to move you up here, Bick. You've come back to the rest of the team, kind of here with them. And you are kind of looking through the jewelry stall where you earlier purchased the thing, and you can go ahead and roll.
Yes. And I was going to say, I think I look at that dude's stall because I'm like, he probably has more. And I rolled a 21 for perception.
Ah, very well done. Okay, so you find something that, and maybe it's because you saw him do this earlier, you find that there is a false bottom in his jewelry case. And when you pop it open, there is a safe, and it's got some weird machinery around it. It's got like weird little teeth kind of posed at each corner of the rectangle of the safe.
Why does everything have teeth here?
Yes.
Okay, can I check for traps? I do have thieves' tools, but like, can I check for traps? That makes sense.
Yes, you can check for traps. I'm going to go ahead and say that your stellar perception roll plus your, the fact that you are a thief shows you that this is definitely a trapped safe.
Oh, I turn to the group. Yikes.
Can I just pick up something from nearby and just mage hand right into the center of the apparatus?
Yes. So when you mage hand in, nothing happens. There is a kind of like a combination lock, like I described it as like a safe. Mm-hmm. So, I'll go ahead and tell you, thief, and you, spy/sorcerer, that it makes sense to you since just like, it's not set off by pressure, that probably when you put in the wrong combination, these things like close on your hand and poison you.
Gotcha.
That makes sense.
Ooh.
Or at least like have you like attached to a heavy safe with your hand stuck,
Right.
Okay. Okay, so could I do a roll? What would you make me roll? Like sleight of hand, or could I do stealth to try
Sleight of hand sounds right. You do have your thieves' tools, right? Because you can't do it without them. So you have thieves' tools. Okay. Yes. So you have to get this right, or you are gonna have a problem. So give me a dexterity plus sleight of hand. DC 15 check.
But guess what? You get more guidance.
Nice.
Yes.
It's a cantrip.
Oh, amazing. I was going to say, if you had it to spare, that's awesome. Okay.
So, so Keena's nearby praying for you.
All right, here we go. Wish me luck.
Come on.
Oh, wait, hold on. Plus, I was like, plus. That's a 15.
That is exactly the amount that you needed to use. And so
go.
very carefully, your thief, like, and she's just listening, and her thieves' tools include this like stethoscope, and she's like stopping right when she hears the tumblers fall, and then finally check, and the teeth kind of pop out to where they're not dangerous, and the door pops open.
Better be good. What's inside?
Let's see. Let me see by rolling.
Well played.
Let's see.
I turn it as I open the door to the group.
Yeah. So inside, you find the money that you just paid him, 70 GP.
Take it right back.
And 2 more jade circlets.
Amazing.
All right.
So now only one of you has no jade circlet. And now I'm going to rule that some time has passed. I'm going to rule that about, let's say 5 minutes, actually. You guys did this quickly. What would you like to do now?
Shall we, perhaps making tracks is in order.
I also need to heal because, last leg of life.
How much did... Because I could help you with that.
I am at, I have 6 hit points left.
So Fish shows you where the katana blade like kind of really slashed through his fur and opened up his torso.
Messy.
And I
That
just
looks
kind of
bad.
It does. Can I take a look? And I just gently put my hands on the wound, and I'm going to do a lay on hands for 10 points.
Ooh,
Wow.
thank you.
Beautiful.
Noura had the idea before though about looking for potions. Is there any chance we can do that, or have we used our time on the circlets?
If you are happy to look around a little more, you may do that. If that's what you'd like to do. Every minute that passes, the chance that the authorities will return goes up. But you may try that if you'd like.
I think it might be good. We just got really
I think
hurt.
so too.
Sure.
Yeah. That's how I would like to spend my turn.
Okay, great. So you're looking for health potions, right?
And
Yes.
I will try to grab just like a couple pieces of clothing that I might be able to change into, but I'd also like to keep a lookout
Okay.
so that I can
great.
alert them if something threatening is approaching.
Great. Oh, good idea. So, could you give me whoever's looking for health potions? Either give me an Arcana roll because you know alchemy enough to find the right potion, or you can give me just an investigation roll. The Arcana roll is DC 12. The investigation roll is DC 15. And let me know what how you do. Whoever's looking.
And whoever's looking has guidance.
I was looking and I was doing a investigation and I have 12. And what do I do with the guidance?
You roll an extra D4. And I'm assuming it's because we're all still together, so I'm within touch range, yeah.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Okay.
I rolled an extra 3, so 15.
That's what you needed. And so you do not find a potion of healing. Instead, you find something else that seems to be magical, that is in a position of honor inside this like bow and arrow shop, Fish. There is this like nasty looking arrow that is seems to be all made of like obsidian with like this really nasty kind of razor sharp point, and you can tell that there are sigils painted on it in red, and it looks to be some sort of special item.
Okay. Can I, is there any way I can roll to see what that is? Like maybe.
Yeah, anybody that can roll Arcana for me might be able to identify it.
And you got guidance for that.
I'm not good at Arcana, so I'm going to sit that one out.
Yeah, I rolled an 8. Okay.
I got a modified 20.
Oh, amazing.
okay.
Nice.
Grinsen.
So as I'm glancing down the alleyway, I kind of double take at this arrow.
Yeah, Grinsen, this is a arrow of giant slaying.
Oh, whoa.
Yeah. It does, if you can hit a giant's heart with it, it should kill a giant with like a single blow.
Oh.
That's at least the lore about it.
I've heard of agents in the field using such things in rather gargantuan situations.
Okay.
Perhaps that's one for the quiver.
Still no authorities have returned, but now people are starting to come back out, and you can see some of these civilians are kind of warily sort of peering at you and wondering, what's going on.
Let's get out of here.
Yeah, let's go.
Cheese it.
Okay, so I'm going to show you the island, and I want you to tell me where you're going to go. Bringing up our island map. And by the way, I rolled a couple times to see if more authorities arrive, and I kept rolling low. So I need another dang D20. And I need you to tell me, looking at the island. So you were there in that market. You can see the market there in the city, kind of on the west side. Where would you like to go next? And you have brooms of flying, so you can go
zip
almost
around
anywhere. You have enough for everyone. So where would you like to go?
Maybe we don't go to the temple yet, since one person is definitely not going to be able to get in, and that seems dangerous.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
But where else do you think we should, like,
You
are we
could go
looking
hide
for
out,
one?
heal your wounds, plan.
Yes.
You could do reconnoitering to kind of get an idea.
A place to To rest and recuperate might be in order.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
There is, of course, an official inn, but I rather think the heat has been turned up something high.
Yeah, we go in, we're like, hello, I would like to buy a jade circlet from you, please.
Also, I'm massively injured. Do you have anything that
I murdered some guys for these. Can I buy? Could we get into the like the wilderness out here over the wall?
I would say with your brooms, you now can. You know, if you wanted to like go over the wall and go out into the wilderness, would you like to do that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, great. So everybody shouts aloft, and you take off on these police-issue red wave brooms, and you head off into the jungle. And soon you are flying, like in Return of the Jedi, on speeder bikes through the thick canopied green jungle of Temple Bay Island. And just let me know, is the idea to like set up a camp, like kind of away from everything, where you won't be really in danger?
That's
Yeah.
That sounds good to me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, great. So if you'd like, you can set up a camp. People, let me know what kind of camping supplies you have, and then we can take a short rest or a long rest or whatever it is you'd like to do, and make any further prep you'd like to do.
Okay, I have no camping supplies. I didn't think about that.
Mm-hmm.
I have a bedroll and a mess kit.
Yeah.
And a tinderbox.
It looks like Fish is prepared to help everybody out.
I've got
he doesn't have enough bed rolls for everybody, but he can kind of set you up a little bit.
Yeah, but yes, camping rough, as it were, out in the field. I feel 50 years younger. It's been a while.
How old are you?
I don't know if you saw the ears, but yeah, I'm quite old.
Okay.
Quite.
Well,
quite
you look
old.
great, buddy.
Pat on the back. Yes. They're just like the eyes are white again. Flattery will get you everywhere. Like,
Oh.
And creeped out again.
it's just his tone of voice. He means nothing by it.
I'm going to say that we've set up a camp. Do you light a fire? Tell me about your camp, Fish. It sounds like you're in charge of the camp. So tell me what the camp is like.
Well, Fish loves camping and being in the wilderness. And so the camp has, did we decide which region we are? Are we close to the water in our little wooded area?
Yeah, so if you look at the map that I still have up on Roll20, it looks like you could go down near this waterfall. Like that would be the quickest way to get into the jungle near the city. Is that where you might go?
It seems like that would conceal noise also.
Yeah.
Ooh, smart. Yeah.
Very good. Okay, so that's where you're at. You're kind of in the jungle near there. Of course, right out at the waterfall, you'd be kind of not concealed. So you do need to go into the jungle if you want to be fully concealed.
Yes.
And Fish, your keen feline ears do hear voices and shouts and a lot of commotion coming from the city walls, and you can see little red garbed people moving along the wall before you guys plunge into the jungle proper. And so remind me again, are we setting up kind of a fire and cooking and everything, or are we kind of keeping a really low profile?
I would say that I would like, before we decide on that, I want to use divine sense to see if there's anybody within 60 feet of us, celestials, fiends, undead.
That's great. So divine
detect good and evil, basically.
Yeah, it gives you detect good and evil, and that is a really interesting question. Let me take a look really quickly to make sure I tell you correctly. Let's see, divine sense. Okay, good or evil, and you detect fiends and things like that. Okay, let me just look at what is actually in the jungle.
It says, I'm sorry.
Go ahead, Noura.
It said you can sense anything affected by the Hallow spell, or know the location of any celestial fiend or undead.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm not sure what the Hallow spell is, though. I should have looked that up.
Okay, you detect evil. You immediately get a sense of evil, from a little deeper in the jungle. There is like an evil force, an evil consciousness emanating.
We might not want to start a fire or anything that would give us away, because there's something not cool over yonder direction.
Oh.
Okay.
Very well.
Well,
I don't know exactly what it is, but I feel like, given we're a loud bunch sometimes, and I don't know what we're facing exactly.
And yet I must say, everyone proved themselves with great, most agile, most adept, most deadly. I believe I've chosen wisely in our particular little organization.
I would rather not be sitting ducks, though. If there's something out there, perhaps we should go check it out.
Is everyone
Ish.
okay to do that?
Thoughts?
Well, since I was so graciously healed, I'm actually prepared to go out into the wilderness if you guys are. But also we could look for, coverage that's not in the woods that we could maybe like hide for ourselves, and maybe get a little bit of rest if we need to replenish our juices.
Well, I can tell you this, Miss Keena. Whatever that evil thing that you were kind of detecting, it has now moved outside of 30 feet from you.
So it went from 60 feet away to 30 feet away?
I think you can detect within 30 feet with this spell.
Within
you
60.
have 60? Okay, it's moved outside of your 60 foot radius.
Okay. Well, we seem to be okay now.
If we are vigilant with our watches, then remain on our guard. This is a deadly place, and one place may be as good as another, danger-wise.
Yeah.
Game-wise, do people need to like sleep? Like spellcasters?
They need to rest, but I mean, already, well, that's a good point. Thank you. So, actually, does anybody need to re-up their spells?
I wouldn't be mad at it.
I'm okay for now. But I guess that depends on if anybody really needs, could use the rest. I would just say, we might be safe here just as long as we're not starting fires or doing anything that would kind of draw attention.
Yes.
Well, I think we should just go ahead and take a rest. I think we should build some sort of camouflaged covering for us to hide under while we get a little bit of rest so that we are prepared in every way.
I'm sorry, did you say camouflaged?
I did.
Excellent.
Very good. And also,
I think not even just like sleep mechanics, just like to get the cops off our trail, maybe it'd be good to chill and then go back into like a crowded area with our new disguises.
Let the heat die down.
Yeah.
Right.
That's a very good point.
Very good. And so, that makes sense. And in fact, Sid, I don't think you're incorrect or that Bick is incorrect. I think that if you let the heat die down and you go back in, maybe, people won't remember a cat man, a flying woman with horns and bat wings, and there too, a Ladrin and half-elven friend. If the disguise is good enough, you might be okay. I will say, as your dungeon master, they're not going to come for you out here. The jungle is vast on the island of Temple Bay, and so they really can't search it effectively. And so it seems like you are at least safe out here for now. What I would ask from each of you is, if you don't mind, give me a perception check.
Great. Okay.
Oh no.
Yep.
Even with guidance, I rolled a 6.
I rolled a 12.
I rolled an 8.
No sweat, guys. I rolled a 19.
Hey.
Ew.
Okay,
MVP.
well, that's
Hopefully.
good. Bick then is the one that hears it. She hears, if you look at your roll 20 map, she hears on the ridge above you, she hears something moving, padding almost silently through the grass. She's the only one that hears it. The rest of you are talking, discussing how to get back into the city.
Yes.
But Bick hears and then sees coming up over the edge of the ridge and looking down at all of you. She sees the enormous panther, the size of a horse, with gigantic, long, spiked tentacles waving off of its back. It looks down at Bick at the rest of you and goes, and it leaps toward you to make you its meal.
Oh.
And that is where we will end for tonight.
This panther
Trouble
looks so
seems to come to
cool.
us.
Yeah, really. And we weren't
Yeah.
even doing anything this time.
Just loudly arguing about whether or not to go back into the city in the middle of a jungle.
You know?
This is some kind of island of the damned.
I'd like to imagine Keena's trying on like different outfits and we're all like shaking our heads yes or
Yeah.
no if it's good enough.
Yeah, that's exactly. You guys were trying on different sassy tank tops, and you didn't realize that, in fact, there was a ravenous displacer beast right over the next ridge. Everyone, next time we'll see how our party fares against a creature that is not quite where it seems to be, and then we'll see which part of Temple Bay they would like to tackle next. It sounded like they were trying to get into the Pleasure Dome. Where do you guys think you'll go next, actually? Or that, look, I'm just gonna bring up the map one more time. Like, now that you have your brooms of flying, you could kind of try to land anywhere if you wanted. Where do you think you'd go?
Well, we're now.
There's so much. I'm so curious about like the radioactive looking green stuff.
Yeah.
That's the drug lab?
That's the drug lab. Yeah.
Was curious about the lab.
And is that
Yeah.
where I think Skunt is?
Skunt was trying to get membership, but
That's right.
get hired into the drug laboratory. Yeah.
I think Fish would definitely be interested in those temple-looking buildings.
Is that
Well,
still the drug lab?
The temple looking
temple?
building? No, it's
Yeah.
a separate area. So each of these areas you can explore separately, and I would just say, let us know ahead of time so that we can have them prepared for you. We'll figure out before the next session where everybody's going to explore if they indeed survive the encounter with Displacer Beast in the jungle. It's questionable. We don't know.
Oh boy.
We don't know that that's going to happen.
Oh, boy.
Guys, that was so fun. That combat was so fun, and I could see the James Bond movie as Grinsen throws up darkness, and those guys go crashing into the side of a market stall, and Bick running across the roofs. That was so cool.
So cool.
Thank you. That was
blast.
exciting.
Thank you, Jared.
Yeah. Great stuff, Jared.
Awesome.
That is our cast. Ross Bryant, Sydney Amanuel, Noura Ibrahim, and Clare Grant. Thank you guys so much. That is all we have for you tonight, ladies and gentlemen. We will be back next week, and we will delve deeper into the secrets of Temple Bay here on our 5e campaign, Wicked Empire. Goodbye. Happy gaming, everybody.
Hey there.